So, with a fuckload of server issues, I decided, I'm gonna try to push through playing Call of Duty, World War II with all its server issues and all the other issues that really, at launch. And I kind of wanted to say that, like, the game is fun, but then in the same time, I feel like I've been fucked over because you pay $60 for a fucking game. You expect it to work on launch. I mean, there's no exceptions, especially for a big company like, well, publisher like Activision. There is no excuse for them not to expand their servers and, ensure the public that everything will run very smoothly. I mean, even with EA's Battlefield, servers being kind of rocky at the start, or in general, the game being kind of rocky at start for, like, let's say Battlefield 4, they were still, you were still able to play the game, and they really dedicated every single piece of resource and energy and time to make sure that the servers are up and running. And it feels kind of disappointing that Activision wasn't able to provide us with the same humble, we actually give a fuck about, our, audience and, the people that basically ensure us a fucking paycheck at the end of the year. Or, well, I mean, just in general, a paycheck. And, so I feel like this partially, like, maybe, like, I'm kind of upset rant video, but what I really wanted to talk about is the divisions, the different divisions, and which ones I would recommend depending on your play style. So I usually run, infantry and airborne. I'm trying to prestige my airborne because I'm trying to get the MP40, which I've seen people use it, and it seems kind of like maybe potentially a little OP, or like it's decently powerful. I think it's a good overall weapon. I didn't have a chance to pick it up, but that's that's the goal. You have to prestige your division to get that that special weapon or whatever the fuck. And of course there is kind of like in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, you have all these different like styles of the same weapon, like an M4. It looks just different, but it's still the M4. It still shoots the same, still has the same damage. It just looks different. You have the ability to do this in this game, so I'm like, I guess that's kind of cool in a way. But once supply drops come in full play, where you actually can spend real money on it, then that temptation will always be there to spend that $20 and see what you can do. And it's kind of like, the encouragement supply drops kind of still irritates me, but if you can move past that, overall the game is on multiplayer. It's not perfect. I would give it like, me spending was it like over 8 hours now worth of gameplay, maybe 5 to 8 hours total on multiplayer, and I have to say that I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Really, it's not perfect. It keeps me entertained. I want to level up, but I don't see a future in this game after 3 months. I don't see this becoming anything cool in 3 months. I think it's just gonna fucking die out in 3 months or so, 3 to 4 months, and then we'll be playing. I'll be playing games that like I used to play and everything else before this game came out. So I wanted to talk about infantry. Infantry gives you the rifle bayonet, additional primary attachments, extra magazines, and moves significantly faster while aiming down sight. That is one resourceful thing for the infantry class. And now going down, looking at the airborne class, which I have it all unlocked. I'm just working on getting it prestiged. I'm not that far away from that. Really looking forward to that. You get the SMG suppressor, and only SMGs get suppressors. All other guns you can't put suppressors on. I think it's kind of fucking retarded. I really wish that suppressors could be on other weapons as well. And then it says sprint for longer distances, climb over obstacles faster, and increase sprint speed. So the real only good thing is suppressors, but then I looked at it, I'm like, the suppressors really don't do much for the weapons. It really depends on what weapon you're using. Now going down to obviously armored, you get an LMG bipod, which only very rarely becomes useful. And then immune to shell shock and tactical equipment, take less fire damage, take significantly less explosive damage. So that's kind of cool and useful as a division, but it's not my cup of tea. And then you have mountain, which is the next thing that I'm probably going to be working on, is sniper sharpshooter, always invisible to enemy recon aircraft, hidden to player controlled streaks, and silent movement. So it makes good for sneaking up behind people and fucking people up that way. So I wanted to mention that as well. And then you have the expeditionary or whatever, which is shotgun incendiary shells, which I still think is kind of a fucked up thing, because I mean, I haven't used it. I haven't seen many people use it, so I don't know if it's now not as OP as it was in the beta. And then it says select a piece of tactical and lethal equipment. And it says throw equipment faster, further, and while sprinting. Like, that's going to be fucking useful, I guess, maybe. And then it says throw equipment. Then it says resupply equipment from killed enemies. So kind of like scavenger. That's where that becomes useful. Beyond that, there's really not much going on. When it comes to weapons, I want to start with rifles. Obviously, the BAR is going to be my favorite weapon because I didn't have a chance to use that, I don't think, in the beta, but that's something that I really wanted to try. I like the M1941. That's a pretty sweet, I think that's what it is, or maybe, I don't know. But the STG-44 and then obviously the BAR are the two weapons I'm looking forward to the most. And then obviously I use the Thompson, the grease gun, and I mean I use really all SMGs. I'm an SMG whore in this game for whatever reason. Light machine guns I haven't really touched. The Lewis gun I don't really give a fuck about. The MG15 I used a little bit and it's not bad. Sniper rifles, I'm looking forward to the M1903. That gun's probably going to be a beast, and then obviously the a special German weapon, which apparently is beast. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody use it, and obviously shotguns.
Hardcore domination.
I don't really give a shit about shotguns. You have a combat shotgun, and then at the end is a sawed-off shotgun. Like that's going to fucking do anything. At long ranges, but at the moment. I'm using the Thompson and I've been doing pretty well with that and I'm actually enjoying it, but it has 5 damage compared to the PPHS's fucking, what, 7 or 6? I think it's 7 or 6. It's 6 and the grease gun has 6, but the grease gun has such a low rate of fire that is ridiculous. And then the PPHS has too high of a fire rate, so I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm shooting fucking marshmallows sometimes with this weapon. And then one of my other favorite SMGs is the Type 100. I really fucking like that. The Waffle 28. I do like, but too high of fire rate for its own good, and it has shitty damage. So I'm thinking, keep that, lower the rate of fire on that weapon, and then give it like an extra damage point would be nice. And obviously the Thompson has 5 damage, but something about that weapon, if you can really place your shots well, I think it's pretty good. So overall, spending enough time with this game, my honest and open thoughts about this game is that it has a lot of room for improvements. I'm very pissed and upset about the server issues that we've been having lately. And I don't know if I'm going to be showing it in this video, but I'm at a point where if I load into headquarters, there's nobody there except all the, the quartermaster and all that shit. They're all there, but no other players are there. And this is what, day fucking 3, and you still haven't fixed your server fucking problems. I think what they're doing, they shut down this, the headquarters because they want to add supply drops in there. And I think that's what it is. And then next week we'll get that back. It'll be all nice and dandy. They'll have the server issue fixed. But now you're gonna have weapon variants and weapon attachments and shit like that. And it's the cluster fuckery. Is going to fucking start. They didn't even have time and capacity and respect to wait at least a month for us to enjoy the game before you destroy and ruin the game with weapon variants. And that's why I'm starting to get a little bit upset with this game. Honestly speaking, I don't know what else to say. Server issues. Now they're adding weapons into supply drops. It's basically like Activision and the developers of Call of Duty are already a wounded beast, and that wounded beast just shot itself in the foot some more. If you wanted to truly have some redeeming qualities, you should have just completely got rid of the weapon variants and shit like that, melee weapons and attachments out of Call of Duty completely, at least for this game, to kind of get a little bit more, earn a little bit respect back for what you have lost, especially with Infinite Warfare, just to be honest. But I'm admitting that's really all I gotta say. I think I'm coming down with something, or I don't know, but I'm admitting that's all I really gotta say. Those are my opinions. If you did enjoy the video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment and I know that I got like 2 dislikes on my last video because I was really excited about this game, and now I feel like I've been slapped in the face, or slapped across the face with a fucking big Activision fucking Call of Duty cock. That's actually how I feel. So I feel kind of betrayed as somebody that spent $60 and a Call of Duty veteran. I actually kind of feel betrayed a little bit because of obviously supply drops, but really my main issue is, dude, what the fuck with the servers? The Activision has more money as a publisher than any other publisher out in the fucking gaming industry right now, and you don't have the fucking time, or you didn't think ahead that, oh yeah, maybe we might get cluster fucked on the first opening day, and you didn't think about fixing the servers, and you're still on the 3rd day having server issues. That's embarrassing. That really is on the books pretty shitty. But those are my opinions, and that's all I really gotta say. Peace.
Go, go, go. You showed real grit out there. Damn fine work, soldier.